Before we get started, let's take a look at our settings and preferences in the status bar and take notice of the turn on icons to make sure that your settings match with mine. In this drawing, I am using AutoCAD 3D template for imperial units. So bring your drawing to front view. Start with circle. So type C for circle command. Click anywhere on the screen. Type D for diameter option. Enter. And enter 3.5 inches for diameter, which is this one here. Right click to repeat circle. Locate center. Type D for diameter option. And enter 3.25 inches. I'm just gonna turn off the grid. The distance from this point to this midpoint is 4.5. So what I'm gonna do is copy this inner circle from the center forward, and half of 4.5 is 2.25. And the other half on the opposite side for 2.25. I'm just gonna delete that and copy this bigger circle from center to center. I'm gonna use it later for guide. Go to the ribbon and select this drop down arrow and select loft. Click these 3 circles and enter twice. I'm going to draw a circle in the middle or at the center to poke a hole. So circle command, locate center, type D for diameter option and enter 2.56, which is this one here. Select that circle, select extrude command and extrude it up to this point. Select subtract command from the ribbon. Click this object that you want to stay, right click and select the object you want to remove. Now bring your drawing to front view. And change it to our frame. We're gonna draw the base, and the distance from this corner to this corner is 8.5. So type L for line command. Enter 8.5. And bring it down 4.5. Draw another line from this point to this point, which is 2.75. Repeat line. Bring it up 4.1. And to your right, 3. And repeat line, 0.1. I'm just gonna track and close. Now I'm gonna join the segments. So type J for join command. Now it's one object. Now I'm going to extrude this one for, which is the width, for 2.8. So extrude command and type 2.8. I'm going to change this to shaded with edges and draw a construction line from the midpoint here to the midpoint here. And move this one from the midpoint of that line and move it to the quadrant. Shift right click and select quadrant of that bigger circle, which is our guide. Now I'm gonna combine these two by using union command from the ribbon. Select this object and this object. Now I'm gonna do fillet edge, which is whose radius is 1. So select radius from the command window and enter 1. Select that edge and select this edge and enter twice. Bring your drawing to top view. And now we're gonna draw this portion. And the radius for that, or the diameter for that, is 1.5. So I'm just going to change this to wireframe. Draw a line from the midpoint here is 0.75. Draw a circle, so type C for circle command from the center, and the diameter is 1.5. Draw a line from this point to this point for 2.4. So I'm just gonna delete that. Type L for line command, and from there enter 2.4. I'm just gonna track. I'm just gonna mirror that. Look at mirror line. Type TR for trim command, enter twice. Or just type TR. Select boundaries, right click, and remove that. I'm just gonna delete that. I'm gonna join the segments. Now it's one object. And the extrusion from this point to this point is 0.5 as shown here. So this corner to this corner is 0.5. So oops, I have to move this one upward. Extrude this one 4.5. I'm gonna draw a circle from the center. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.66. And the distance from this center to this center is 0.5. So I'm gonna copy this one. From the center, move it to your right for 0.5. I'm just gonna bring this to top view. Draw a line from this quadrant to this quadrant. Repeat line. Type TR for trim command. Click the boundaries. Right click to enter and remove those unwanted objects. Join the segments. Type J for join command. Mirror this object. So bring your drawing to top view. Type MI for mirror. Select this object and locate mirror line. So it should be from the center. And bring your cursor up, left click, and select no. Extrude these two objects up to that point. I'm just gonna change this to shaded with edges and select subtract command from the ribbon. Select this object and this one. Select that thingy inside and enter. Bring your drawing again to front view. Now I'm gonna slice this object. In the solid editing panel, there's the slice command. And from the center, just track. And from this point, bring your line to your left and click here. And go down to the command window. It says specify a point on the side and click keep both sides. We're gonna move this one. Change the direction of your Z. So go to coordinates panel and bring your Z upward. Type C for circle command. And the diameter for this outer circle here is 0.8. What we are gonna create is this cylinder here. So circle. And from the midpoint here, type D for diameter option and enter 0.8. Right click to repeat circle. Locate center. Type D for diameter option and enter. The inner circle here is 0.5. Now we have to extrude these two circles up to this point here, which is 1.35 from here to here. So highlight those two circles and extrude for 1.35. Bring the drawing to top view. Mirror the cylinder. Locate mirror line, so it should be from the center. Bring it down and select no. Combine the objects by selecting Union command. Click that one and click this one and click the cylinder, right click, and then select Subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and select the object you want to remove, which is these two cylinders. And the next thing to draw is this part here. Circle again. Type C for circle command. Locate midpoint. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.8. Right click to repeat circle. Locate midpoint again. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.5. Extrude these two circles for 0.8 as shown here. And bring it up for 0.8. Top view again. Type IMI for mirror command. Select these two objects. Locate mirror line, and it should be from the center. And select no. Combine this object, this one and this one. Then select Subtract command. Click the object you want to keep and select this two cylinder that you want to remove. And as shown here in this drawing, there's we have to remove this portion here. And this one here. So use press pull command from the ribbon. Turn your drawing around and highlight this portion. Left click and bring it up and left click again. Hover over once it turns blue. Left click, let go. Bring your mouse up and left click again. Now move this object, the top shell, from this corner to this corner here. So bring your drawing to top view. Change this to our frame. Type C for circle command. Locate center. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.59. Right click to repeat circle. Locate center. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.25. Bring these two circles to the upper quadrant of this bigger circle, which is our guide, and move this one upward for 0.1 unit. move, and enter point 1. Extrude these two circles up to this point here. I'm gonna change this to shaded with edges. Union command and combine these two objects. Enter. Subtract command. Click this one, the object you want to keep, right click and select the object you want to remove. Just gonna check if we poke a hole through the whole thing. No. So I'm just gonna use press pull command. Hover over, let go of your finger, and bring your cursor down and left click again. And the other half, hover over. Once it turns blue, left click, let go of your finger, bring it down, and left click again. Now we have a hole. I'm going to change this to X-ray. Go to solid, select chamfer edge, click distance from the command window and enter. So this is the distance here, point 1 and point 1. Point 1 for the first distance, and for the second distance, enter point 1. And select this edge. Enter twice. Bring your drawing to front view. Change this to wireframe. Draw a line. Shift right click, select quadrant, and enter 0.08. Offset that line. So type O for offset command and enter 0.04. Select that line, click here, select that line again and click this side. Line again, click the endpoint and connect it to the next endpoint. Click this line, extend this one for 0.01. Line again, join the segments. So type J for join command, enter. Copy this object, select quadrant, and attach it to the quadrant on the other side. Extrude this object towards the center for 0.08. Same thing here. Go back to the ribbon and select subtract command. Click the object you want to keep, right click and select the object you want to remove. So we're going to remove this one. or subtract it from the bigger object. Now we have created this indentation. I'm just gonna remove this line and erase. Same process on the other side. Subtract command. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and select the object that you want to remove. The next part to draw is the bushing, which is this one here. Just gonna hide that. Type C for circle. Type D for diameter option and enter 2.56. Right click to repeat circle. Locate center. Type D for diameter option and enter 2.2. Extrude this circle for 4.5. Select subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click, and select this cylinder inside to remove. Change the visual style to wireframe. Type L for line. And from quadrant to quadrant, connect the lines. Type C for circle. Type C for circle. Locate midpoint. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.25. Extrude this circle. I'm just gonna change this to shaded with edges. Move this cylinder towards the center. Subtract command from the ribbon. Click this object, right click, and select this one. Now we've created a hole. Now we're gonna poke a hole from the side. Change this to wireframe, and the distance from this point to this point, just give me a sec, is 0.75. So draw a line from quadrant towards that direction for 0.75. Type C for circle, and from the endpoint there, change the XY plane C for circle. Type D for diameter option and enter 0.5 again. C for circle, and from the endpoint as your center, Type D for diameter option and enter 0.5. Extrude this circle towards the center. I'm just gonna move this one a bit. Use subtract command. Click the object you want to keep and click this cylinder. Type L for line command, and from the quadrant, enter 0.03. Offset command, and enter 0.015. And offset both sides. Line. Connect the ends. Line again. Connect the endpoints. Join. Now it's one object. I'm just going to extend this one to cut through this curve. So highlight that one and stretch this just a little bit over that curve. Now move this object about 0.4 from the quadrant. So enter 0.4. And then extrude this one for 3.7. Select subtract command from the ribbon. Select this object and select this object that you want to remove. Okay, let us check using X-ray. Now we have created an indentation. We shaded with edges. I'm just gonna make it closer so you could see. There you go. So this is the oil hole. Now I'm gonna, in object isolation, I'm gonna move this one from the center of that cylinder or the circle and connect it to the center of this hole. And let's see if it coincides. Yeah, it looks like it. What I'm gonna do is copy this one, bring this to top view, and go to home. Select inside the solid editing panel, select slice command. I'm just gonna slice this through from this point to this point, and then keep this side so you could see what happened here. That's the indentation we just did, and it fits perfectly. So I'm just gonna erase that one, change this to realistic. I think we're done. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notification, and thank you for watching.